My friend, thank you so much for doing this interview with me. For folks who are listening to this whole interview on Rudy Blair Entertainment Media, it is cold, it is snowing. My brother, how are you in a t-shirt looking like you got the summer breeze happening?
I was trying to look good for Rudy Blair, and I'm paying for it. I'm freezing.
You look great. Phenomenal voice, phenomenal career. We're going to talk about this new single. Boy, do I want to talk about this. But more importantly, man, how does it feel being in the genre that you have been able to help popularize back in the day when people were just like, you're going to put classical and pop together kind of thing, and now watching it as it is part of the fabric of today's music?
It is. It's been an incredible journey. It started with me being part of the Canadian Tenors for a couple of years, and then in my own group called Destino. We've had some amazing performance opportunities, amazing experiences, and it all started with Pavarotti, who got criticized for singing pop music with pop stars like Sting and Bryan Adams, and I remember the backlash he got for it, but it was honestly thanks to him. He had the courage to do it, and I thought it was a brilliant idea, and now I think more people are interested in the genre.
Isn't that funny? Because PBS still shows them. Every once in a while I'm flipping the TV and I'll see it again.
Absolutely, and I still listen to it all the time. I mean, that was my first ever CD, was a 3-tenor CD. And it's evolved so much, I mean, with all these groups. So it's just wonderful to be a part of it.
Well, that's the thing, because, me growing up, I grew up on, R&B, funk, this and that, and I wanted to sing that way. I never thought of myself as, hey, I want to sing classical. How did that seep into your soul, knowing that you had, the vocal talent?
Singing classically was never something that I thought I would ever want to do, it was just me going to go see the Phantom of the Opera, fell in love with it, started to sing along with it, and I thought, this is something that I might want to do, and then went to the opera school at the University of Toronto, and studied there for a couple of years, and while I was there, that's when I auditioned for the Canadian Tenors. But I've done operas and I've done operas since. But it's been amazing.
Is there a difference in training your voice that way from, say, a rock or a pop star or any other?
I think yes, absolutely. Because when you train as an opera singer, you're kind of you're completely wide open and you're trying to make this huge sound that carries without the use of a mic. And it was really difficult for me to sing the crossover music. So when I was trying to sing something more poppy, I sounded like an opera singer trying to sing pop, and I sounded horrible. So I took some lessons and some pop lessons, and I found that, to me, that way of singing, the technique made more sense than classically. And I love it. The SLS way of singing, I mean, I think it's just brilliant, brilliant, brilliant.
When you were part of the Canadian Tenors, I mean, you guys had a extremely tough time because it was literally on the edge. People, because I'm still very good friends with the Tenors, as they're known now. I remember you guys went through some real tough times where people would almost, it was like you guys were a joke.
Absolutely. I remember this one concert that we did, and it was for I think the Saskatoon Opera Society, and they wanted to bring something different, something fun, and people weren't applauding. There were people in the front row who just refused to laugh and to enjoy themselves, and kind of were giving us dirty looks, and you know what? That's okay, because they were expecting full-on opera, but it was really difficult, and as the years progressed, it got easier and easier, and even now, I mean, I think most people don't have a problem with it. I was at a classical concert last night at the Conservatoire of Music, and there was this amazing harpist. And, the first half was very classical, and the second half, he wore jeans and a T-shirt and played popular music like Adele and Sam Smith, and the audience loved it. And these people were there to see a classical concert, but they just embraced it and fell in love with it. So it was so great to see.
Why did you decide that you needed to go on your own and then develop another group? After the Canadian Tenors and after my group Destino, I was going to quit singing because I
I knew how difficult it was. I'd been doing it for years, 15 years, and to start over again and to try to get a record deal. I know it's so tough. So I thought there's just no way. And so I met this amazing woman who believed in me, believed in my talent, and didn't want me to quit, and said, I really want to invest in you. I believe in you, and let's do this. And so thanks to her, because I would have never done it, because you know how difficult the music business is, but I'm so glad I did.
Okay, you have a new single, correct?
I do. The winner takes it all.
Why did you choose a classic song like this that we all know who the originals are? We've heard this song for years, and now you're going to go after this because, sometimes some people go, look, leave my classics alone. So why did you decide to go after it? How do you think you made it your own? And two, how did you make sure that you still gave that song the respect that we all know and love?
First of all, I love ABBA. Grew up listening to ABBA. And I remember I was watching Mamma Mia, and this was when I was planning on doing this album, my first solo album. And I saw Meryl Streep do it, and I thought she brought a whole new life to it. It was more of an aria, in an opera where there's these ups and downs, and it told a story. The people who wrote the song, ABBA, they were incredible at what they did. And so in that respect, perfect as it was. But when we realized that we were going to do something at Abbey Road with, an 80-piece orchestra, I thought, I want to do it. I want to...
Wait a second. I got to interrupt you. Where did you say you did this at?
We recorded it at Abbey Road Studios in London, England.
You must have been kissing the ground walking in there.
You have no idea. I walked in. I was so nervous. I didn't sleep at all the night before. And I walk in and I see these pictures of everybody who had recorded there. And it was really daunting because you think, these people are saying good luck, but then you walk into the studio and you hear the orchestra tuning up, and my eyes just filled with tears. I was just so excited, nervous, because all these people are counting on you. But it was probably the best experience and the best feeling I've ever had. Musically speaking, it was incredible.
I am so happy for you. But you also mentioned something. Is there an album following this single?
There is, in April 13th, I believe. And so we recorded 11 songs at Abbey Road.
Okay, when you said 11 songs, are they all originals or are they covers?
There are 2 originals, and the rest are, I would say, mostly obscure covers. So there's Winner Takes It All and Solitaire, which are the more popular ones, but the rest are all beautiful, obscure covers, and that's what I wanted to record, because I'm not the greatest songwriter, and I can admit that. And so I thought, let's pick some beautiful songs that nobody knows and record them.
Single, album, I gotta assume there's gonna be a tour.
Yes, so we're planning something for the CD release in April, and I'm excited for that. So we're going to tour the new songs, hopefully maybe with a little chamber orchestra. We can't have an 86-piece everywhere we go, but...
Why not?
Why not? Exactly.
Oh, I love that, man. As we're wrapping this up, because I know you got a lot more interviews to do today, what advice can you give people out there? Man, you've been following your dreams and knowing that there are times when people are literally closing their ears and turning their backs, but you've been successful. What advice can you give folks who are feeling that same dread, but want to make sure that they know that there's light in the end of the tunnel?
Oh, follow your gut. First of all, I think it's so important. It's good to get advice from people, but you're the one that really knows what you can do best, and there's that little voice inside of you that speaks to you, and you should listen to it. I think that's so important, and never give up. I probably would be doing something much different if it wasn't for this amazing woman that I had in my life. And so I think if things are meant to be, and you work hard, you really try to perfect your craft and do the right thing, I think good things come to you. I really do. So that would be my advice.
Website, Twitter, all that social media stuff, where do we go to follow you?
JoeyNiceforo.com, Joey Niceforo on Twitter, and it's all on the website. So
I love it, my friend. Thank you so much for the interview. I'm so happy for you that you had a dream become reality, and most importantly, man, thank you so much for the great music.
Thank you, and thanks for everything that you do too.